Hello there, everyone. Welcome to episode 2 of Trash Talks. Alright, everyone. Welcome back to episode 2 of Trash Talks. I am your host, the Trash Panda Kancha, together here with Dumpster Fire Nico and overdated Throwaway Squid Joy. And with a guest today, we're with Gabi. They're not here yet, I'm gonna indefinite in a moment. Everybody that is in school right now, put in your earbuds, go for your work, and listen to us talk about dumb subjects. Everybody that's on work right now, do the same if you can. Everybody that wants to listen while we're streaming this on Twitch, participate in the chat so that we can throw in your arguments in the mix, so we can discuss things with you guys. You can react and interact with this podcast live. And not only that, if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you very much. Do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And let's get started with the podcast by undeafening myself and letting the other people hear that I'm here. That's probably a good idea. Hello there, I'm back. And so are they.
Hello.
So, I am here with Dumpster Fire Nico.
Why, man? Why?
And outdated Thrown Away Squid Joy. And I haven't thought of one for Gabi. But guest star, Gabi.
Wise choice.
Wise
Gabi.
choice.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. What are you doing here this fine evening?
I was planning on just playing League again, but yeah, my entire week has just been school and then play League.
League
But
or
now I was
Legends?
invited to what is this show called again?
Trash Talks.
No, Trash Talk. Yeah. I wanted
Garbage
some clout.
fire. What do you talk to?
I wanted some clout, so I joined the podcast, and yeah, I'm just gonna vibe in here.
He's a cloud chaser, get him out of here. No.
Okay. Well, to start us off, welcome everyone to episode 2 of Trash Talks, season 1 or series 1. What did you call it? Series 1.
Series 1. Yeah.
As you know, just like last week, today we will be talking about a few topics, and we are gonna discuss them, and you can either agree or disagree. It's very interactive, yes. And today's first questions will be presented by Nikolai.
Why, man?
Last week, Nico was drunk. If chat
Yes.
Last week.
Last week, Nico was drunk.
He's no longer drunk.
Yeah, I'm no longer drunk. I had
It's
a couple of days to sober up, you know.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
today is the 29th of September.
Yes.
Oh, shit. Time flies when you're having fun, right, Jack?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so the first question is actually really cringe, and I kind of don't
Quinch.
want to say it. Quinch. Yeah, that's how we say it in Danish. And I kind of don't want to present it, but here we go anyway. Candy should be given as a reward in class. Agree or disagree? And you know,
Are we talking elementary school?
Hey,
Just in
it just
general.
says class.
it doesn't even
so-
have to be candy. I think the entire point of this question is, should you reward students with
for good
like
behavior.
physical satisfaction? Okay, that sounds very wrong. I'm
That
never
sounds
gonna talk
very,
Physical
I'm
very
just
wrong.
never gonna talk again. Okay. Okay, I'm
Kancha, would you
never
like to physically satisfy your class?
I'm never gonna talk again.
I'm leaving this call and
What
I'm
did I
finding a new
join?
crew. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm finding a new crew to fucking. I'm gonna ask the mutes for the next podcast. I swear.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay. Anyway, so back to it.
Come on, dentist.
What Nico means is that should you get, what is that called? Gratification in like sweets or food for doing well in class.
I saw a video of Tyler One from League, and
Oh, boy.
he was talking about his coach in basketball apparently he was like really bad at basketball because he's short.
Poor man.
uh,
Man
like,
is 1 meter tall.
his coach told him if he would make one score in basketball, that he would give the entire class a like a pizza party, I guess you could call it,
Oh,
Ooh,
fun.
and that
W.
was being rewarded. So, from what if I don't fully remember what he said, but I think he was like, really motivated, and he actually got a score, and he was actually, taken out. The class was taken out for pizza, which when you think about it, is really, really good, really wholesome because it motivated him, even though he shit his
Aw,
score.
that's kind of sweet. Or savory
Uh,
in this case, I guess.
when he got older, he said to chat like, when you think about it, that's actually kind of BM. Like one score, because
I
that's
bet you
shit.
can't do it. Ahaha.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like if you look at it like that, yeah, getting rewarded for doing something that you're not good at is really motivating and really good. But
So, oh,
on the other
sorry.
hand, how far can you go?
And when are you deemed worthy for said piece of candy?
uh, if you're not good at the subject, I think.
Yeah, but for example, what if I'm like fucking the best mathematician you've ever seen in your fucking life, and I do good at math? Do I still deserve a piece of
No,
candy?
no,
So I don't get to be rewarded for something that you, for example, would get rewarded for.
yes. I think
So
like if you're already a master at something, why would you be rewarded extra?
Yeah, I agree with that. But as the as the teacher here, um, as the quote unquote teacher here, I think that giving students sweets or candy as a reward is a horrible idea because they are going to continuously think or work only and only to receive candy, which is not a good thing because children are supposed to be motivated in school to work harder for self growth or to work harder on themselves, to learn more. And the motivation for learning could come from many places, but from every single other teacher that I've ever worked with, I have heard of them that literally only doing it for the reward of like candy is a bad idea because that's a bad motivation.
but do you need to have a motivation?
Candy would be said
For example,
motivation.
no. But for example, I used to be like the worst at history ever, and I was just like, but I'm good enough at other things, so I don't need to pass this class. So I was unmotivated in history. Was
Yeah.
it history? It was geography, by the way. It wasn't history. Well, I was bad at both, but it doesn't matter. Anyway,
So dumb
so
children would never get the candy and jealousy, blah blah blah. Also that, yeah, yeah, for sure.
But isn't it a good thing to you say to your student that's garbage at fucking math, I'll give you something, you ace this test. He aces it. Is that not good?
Um, I would say that is good. However, I wouldn't think that specifically acing it for the sub. So the question presented sounded like you guys were saying every single time a student does something remarkable, they should be rewarded with candy. If it's a one at a time thing, then of course that's totally fine. I've had a bet with I think it was my PE teacher, physical education for those in chat who don't know. Um, and he told me if I could do something which is called the 12-minute run for a specific amount of time. I forgot how long or how
is
many
that the
rounds.
PPS test or
No, no.
the
No, no, no.
the
You have to
Cooper
run.
test?
You have to run around this track and in 12 minutes
Yeah,
to see
yeah,
how far you can get. Right,
yeah.
that
I
one.
did that.
Um, no, no. Don't run the 12-minute test in 11 minutes. No, run it in a certain amount of
A certain amount of
rounds. Yes, rounds
yeah.
around the track, and I would get a cake. Like with the entire class, would get a cake. Didn't make it, but was a great offer. Um, and I did somewhat quote unquote motivate me more. Not because it's gonna sound like kind of fatty, but I was just thinking about it would be fucking poggers to eat cake with the
Cake with the
entire class
class.
because
Yeah.
of me achieving that. It's your own degree, your own diploma, your own education. You should not be doing it for candy or for others. Yeah. Also, that is a
Yes,
very
but
good point.
that's no, but I don't agree because in elementary school you don't really get a choice of what you get to have to study, and I don't think anyone is motivated by all their classes the same as they are for others.
No, that's definitely true. However, how I would replace candy as another reward is something that I thought of doing for a while now. is a system which you could do like checks. So you would have in this specific situation, the education given at the school is an education where the students are sitting in groups of 4 to 5, and they are always working together as much as possible. And when they have to shut up, they are really silent. It's called Dalton in Dutch, and it's the way I have been raised in education, and it's the way that I'm currently doing it on my internship. Um, so this system would mean that a group of students would be with like equally the smart children and the children that have that are, well, quote unquote dumber, are equally spread along the class, right? So the positive reinforcement that this would bring was every single time a group of students would do something good, they get a check, and if a group would get 5 checks, they can decide if they would want 5 minutes, the break 5 minutes longer, or they could save up an entire check so that every single group in the class could get a check, and then you could have something fun to do in the last hour of the afternoon. That's the positive
Huh.
reinforcement which I was working with, and I am currently working with, or I want to work with again.
Never heard of that.
It's
Okay,
called the
well,
check system.
positive reinforcement hasn't been is it's not unknown in school. Like kindergartners like get stickers for good behavior.
Yes, true.
Um, and I wouldn't see. Well, I'd understand why you'd want to replace that, for example, with candy, because sugar is just an addiction, I guess. And I think what Ren Akumo says is really interesting. He says positive reinforcement is good. However, at what point does it become codependency? Only doing things to get rewarded. Yeah, so Kanchi just said that as well.
Yeah.
And I think it's this gray area of again with the gray fucking areas, but the gray area between what is deserved and what is undeserved.
I think
And
someone else in chat said I think children should decide for themselves on what pace their school progresses. Depends what stage of education they're in. In elementary school, that is sadly just not feasible because at some point you're gonna have to go to high school. If it would be college and maybe even high school for a little bit, I could agree. What was that sound effect? I don't know that yet.
The host.
Oh, thank
Oh,
you for
yeah,
the
I
host,
forgot to host.
Tiswia.
I was gonna say tis we.
Tiswi, sorry, Tiswi's probably the way
No,
to
I
say
don't
it.
know. I don't know what it is. But...
Here we go.
Oh, hi.
Thank you,
I already
Nico.
host. I already host you always. So it's
Tiswi,
no
yeah, okay,
problem.
just making sure. Thank you, Tiswi, I appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you for stopping by. Joy, you were saying something. Sorry for interrupting you. Continue.
Short memory loss. I don't remember.
About
I don't remember what I'm
codependencies.
saying. Oh, right. No, the gray area. I was talking about how it's just it's always gonna be like what is deserved and what is undeserved. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So I think that it shouldn't be rewarded in class. Like I think that it would have to be a healthier alternative, um, like mentally as well. Like not even because candy's bad for you, but like also just physically healthier.
Yeah.
But I do endorse positive reinforcement, of course.
All I
Uh,
know
oh,
is
sorry, Nico.
that I grew up in a Catholic private school, and all we had of reward there was not being punished. So it was kind of a there's expectations of you, and you want to live up to those. There's no reward. There's only punishment. So the reward is not being punished.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Oh.
I,
But
I
what if you
think
like getting punished?
no, of course not.
Kids, Joy, please.
We have another example, which is like a really extreme scenario of what would happen at my school. So this is way, 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 way more extreme. Again, exaggerating. If you watch Assassination Classroom, you know the theme of that is there's an
Shot.
Yeah,
there's an
exactly.
no. There's an end class. There's a class who is, or there's students who don't perform
Nerdy
very
people.
well. So they are put in a class that they call in class, which ultimate motive is to act as a scare for the other students because they don't want to end like that. So they are motivated by doing better. That is kind of not as extreme, of course, but that is kind of what we did at my school as well. Students who were doing bad would be made an example of, and you wouldn't want to do that because you know expectations were that you had to do better.
X100.
So
Yeah,
you would
go
always
back to
constantly
class
do
and let
better.
me
There
know
was
all
never
the
any
live
rewards at my school.
podcasts.
Thank you for the
The
100
only
bits, Ren. I
reward
appreciate
was
it.
not being like
Good
bad
luck in
or
class.
being made an example of.
Well, I feel like I also wasn't really rewarded back then for performing well, even though I was like not I was mediocre in a subject, but I got the positive reinforcement I needed to keep on going. But
Yeah.
rewarded I was also not.
I
Yeah.
have never in my school life been told, "Wow, Nico, you're so smart, great job." But I've always been told that all these other kids were told you have to do better, and I've never been told that in school, which was my positive reinforcement or was my reward, that I knew that I was always living up to the expectations that people set on me, so I would never have to worry about these rewards. So
Hmm.
I would keep going on. So in my mind, but that is because I'm biased as shit and I grew up like this. But I don't think rewards, like extra rewards, should be necessary because the reward in a strict school is not being punished. You shouldn't give children candy for doing good. You should punish them for doing bad because then they want to not be punished and then they live up to the expectations.
See, okay, what kind of punishments are we talking about here?
Like, not
Mental.
public because it's in a private school, so it's not public, but humiliation.
Humiliation.
Yeah, stuff like this
Spanking.
guy did really bad.
Knife
What
to
are you
cock.
doing? Make them sound like an idiot in class, so they
See,
go home and cry.
that kind
I
of
don't agree with that
yeah,
at
no,
all.
neither do I. That kind of punishment, obviously, as you say, Nico, yes, it will inspire a student to try his best to not fail anymore. However, if this is a subject where said student just can't do any better at, it will for always, maybe even because if it's in like elementary school, it can literally scar them for life.
I don't agree with that either.
It's just so
To be humanist I get that, but I know that teachers aren't robots, but I don't think they should humiliate children to have them do better. I'm responding to Heba in chat, by the way.
yeah, I know. Sad to say that almost no adult and actual adult these days. Yeah, that's another topic for real. No, but I think that I do agree that in punishment being if a kid is genuinely misbehaving, I think punishment is a great way to get rid of that behavior, or at least showing the kid that it is not a good way of behaving himself by. But then the punishment will be either making him do extra work or making him stay off the class, even in elementary school, and giving the parents the reason why. Stuff like that. That I can see, but public humiliation in front of class will only encourage other kids bullying him for being bad at the class, and it's just not a good way of it's not a good way of fucking encouraging better reward or better
This was
grades or better fucking
my point.
you know what I mean.
Wasn't to say that you should implement punishment in all
No, no,
schools.
no, no, no.
I'm saying that rewarding, as the question is, should candy be given as a reward? I'm saying that is completely unnecessary and should never be done because there should be enough motivation in a class just by the. It doesn't need to be extreme. It doesn't need to be like public humiliation or assassination classroom in class. It can just be that the students don't want to end up in the low end of the class. They want to do better because they don't want to. They want to live up to the expectations. If you truly strive for something and want to be better for something, which is what you want to invoke in your students, you want to teach the kids that they should always try to better themselves, then there should not be necessary to give them rewards because then it will really fast be superficial. Their performance in class will only be due to receiving candy or receiving a new PlayStation 5 if they get a like highest grade. Shit like that. They will not do it for the grade because they don't care about literature, for example. They just want to get this over with so they can get a PlayStation 5. You should
No,
try to invoke the interest in literature, for example. Make the kids realize that this is important for you. And if you don't think that, then we're gonna fuck you. That is very extreme, and I don't mean that. But try to think in my
But that's
lines.
why I said that the checking system is a functional way of doing it, because it doesn't give like an extremely overly great reward, and children would want to do their best so that their school time will be more enjoyable, not just because they get something outside of school. And it's, yeah, it has a lot to do with morals that could be taught onto early life for sure. That's a good point. And also, early question in chat is: the Scandinavians are ranked in the highest, best education system in the world. How do they do that sort of thing? Scandinavian schools are free to go to. You don't have to pay for them. So people can go to school for as long as they want. So the highest grades and the best people with the best education are naturally going to come from Scandinavia.
Also, keep in mind, or class. keep in mind,
Class.
chat.
Ooh.
Keep in mind, chat, that I said I went to a Catholic private school.
Catholic?
Catholic works.
Stream's over again.
Seems over. Gabi, do you have
How
anything
did
to
you
say?
say it? Catholic?
No.
Catholic.
Catholic. Catholic.
Catholic sounds better, but maybe.
I don't
But
care.
it's-
It's like I'm saying Lalaya. I'm gonna say Catholic, and I do not
Lalaya?
care. And I do not care.
Lilia.
Ugh.
I'm gonna say Lalaya, and I'm gonna say
Talon,
Catholic.
Talon.
I do not care.
That's
I
fine.
do not
That's
care.
fine.
Okay.
That's
I do
fine.
not care.
Okay. Sorry.
I went to a Catholic Catholic private school. That is not the ordinary free to go school in Denmark. So there's obviously a giant difference in my education and the normal Danish person education. So what I'm saying here is obviously more extreme. I don't think in the public schools of Denmark, like the normal public elementary school, that they use these kind of expectations on the individual student, because the individual student in a socialistic country does not mean anything. He's just supposed to do what he does. There's no individual development. What we did in private school was we tried to further the performance of the individual by making examples of others because they performed badly. And it wasn't always an example of, well, you perform badly, now we hang you in the playground area and everybody can see that. It was more of an example with, oh, you didn't make your homework, bad person, bad. Go make your homework in the corner. And then everybody could see, like, well, I don't want to go in the corner and make homework. I better do my homework next time. It's a very simple scenario. It doesn't have to be like very, very strict, extreme torture. Like, it's just very simple human nature.
Yeah.
You did bad, we hang. Yes, I see. That is exactly what happened.
All right, but ending the topic, because we've been talking about it for about 27 minutes
20
already.
minutes.
Yeah.
No, candy should not be given as a reward.
No, candy should not be given as a reward.
It's counterintuitive.
Yeah, exactly. All right, then the next topic is presented by me because I was very hyped for it. All right, this topic is actually one that I really like because it's a bit interesting. Are bad words bad? So, Nico, could you please just say one of the bad words because you know that many of them?
Fuck up.
For example, are bad
Pissed.
words bad?
No, I'm kidding. Pissed is
I
not a bad word.
say it depends in context, place, and time. Currently, I don't mind cursing. I don't mind anybody that curses. I just don't like when people curse with words or diseases that are that can inflict painful emotions on people that are close to them. So imagine, I'm just saying something like, imagine my mother dies of cancer, for example. She hasn't. She's alive and well.
Oh
but
my
imagine.
god, flip it off.
Yeah. Anyway, imagine that happens. Then I would obviously be hurt by everybody in close around me that would curse with that disease. And I don't like it when people do that, cursing with diseases overall. Even though that the Dutch language uses diseases as a curse a lot, like a lot.
Like a lot.
So I think that.
Country that does it.
Sorry, what do you say, Gabi?
I feel like that's the only country that does it.
Yeah, well, maybe not completely the only one, but it's
At this like quantity.
this quantity, yes, for sure. Yeah, no, completely. Yeah, you're completely right. I think that the Netherlands is definitely the country that swears with diseases the most in this much, like in this high of
Yes.
an amount. Yeah, for sure. And I think that it's horrible. But yeah, as Hiba says, it's morals. It's just whatever your morals are in life. Like I have friends that are very close to me that curse with everything that they want to curse with, and I still consider them very good friends.
Me too.
Um, and when it comes to children cursing, obviously on my internship, I'm not allowed to curse, and as the
That's fucked up.
21st century wait, it was Generation Z, right? Was it? Yeah, Zoomers. Yeah, Gen Z kid that I am. Um,
Born with. Oh,
of
never
course, there have been occasions, specifically last year when I started with my internship, where I like stub my toe and I say a curse word on accident. Not very loudly, but I just say that. Because it's nature to me. It's second nature to me now, cursing, and it's something that I don't think children should be taught, but should be less frowned upon nowadays. I think that people are overestimating how bad cursing is.
I feel like.
I think. Yes, go ahead, Gabi.
Thank you, Joy. I feel like not being allowed to curse is just a religious thing because religion was way stronger back then. Now it's like not that important.
Yeah.
anymore. It's not like you're born with it. It's more like an option nowadays. And religion, it's what do you call it? It like doesn't accept, but another word for that.
It's
It doesn't accept
blasphemous.
cursing. Yeah, but now it's not that big anymore. So I think, yeah, kids should not like be born to swear. You stub your toe, kid. Like you're gonna say 12 different types of curses, but
Say cookie.
if
Doodoo.
he gets older and he's gonna start learning that, like, we, I guess. I have neighbors and they're very fucking young, and they say the weirdest things, diseases included, and they're so young, and it surprises me. But I guess that's also like like
Yeah.
parental
I
vision,
think
parental thingy.
I think that some words are bad. But some bad words are bad, but not all bad words are bad. I can say fuck, for example, in 17 different ways, but the only time it's bad is when I say fuck you and like mean it, you know? And that
Mhm.
even then is like I think some curse words are always going to have um a historical bad
Bad word.
vibe. Like
Without the essay.
it's for example the n word is a good one, but also around bigotry and homophobia. There has been a like I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on stream, so I'm not going to.
The F word?
But yes, the other
No, I
word
can't say that.
for cigarette um
Can't say that.
no is of course very bad because well it used to be bad, like now it's I don't know. Is it? I no. It's still bad. It's still bad. That word is still
So
bad. I was thinking about something else.
So, one thing that I find very interesting when it comes to bad words is because if we let Nico speak, he's not gonna shut up because he's a linguist. No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding, bro.
I
I'm
was
kidding.
about to say, as a linguist, I do have quite the opinion on this matter.
Okay, well, just for you, because you're gonna, it's very interesting what you're gonna say. One thing that I do find interesting about it is that separate languages, or sometimes even the same language, but then in a different part of the world, have these words so completely different and different meaning. Like in England, if you say the other word for cigarette, I'm going to smoke a cigarette, but then the other word, you literally mean I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. But if you
Yes.
say that exact same sentence in America, usually people will think that you're going to go hunt and try to kill a homosexual.
Thank you, Kanji.
Amen.
Yes, this is true. Um. Anyway,
So,
Very
and
tough.
and
so
something.
yes,
Sorry,
so
my
like I said, words will always have a historical background that needs to be taken into consideration at the time which you are right now or right whenever.
yeah, and sorry, my mother came into my room. But the last thing that I wanted to say before before I was done was something that I found very interesting is that in the Dutch language, the quote unquote worst curse word for where I live anyway, because it's a very religious area, is basically goddamn in English. And I think that in English, goddamn is one of the least worst curse words out there compared to all the other ones. Like they don't have that. It doesn't have that
Really?
heavy of a meaning. Yeah, I think that goddamn is less of a curse word than, or at least less of a meaningful curse word than like fuck
I
or
think
shit.
that also depends on where you are,
Yeah,
Kanchi,
most
because
definitely. Like, if you're
because
religious, that's terrible. You're damning God.
Yeah.
yeah, because there's people that frown upon that heavily.
Do not take the
Or
Lord's
should I say
name.
heavenly?
Uh,
uh, anyway,
Uh,
for example, I don't think. Oh my god, I was gonna call people rednecks. Um, I don't
Mhm.
think s- some parts of America would be happy with that either.
No.
So again, I think Kanch is absolutely right in saying that that bad words can be bad depending on his history, context, everything.
yeah. Also, if parents forbid it, the sweetness of the fruit is sweeter. I definitely agree with that. Parents should, when it comes to swear words, I was in 7th grade, I think, when I really started to swear a lot. So that was like what, the age of like 11 to 10, which is young compared to other people probably. I'm not sure though.
No, I think that's about right.
Okay, about right. But yeah, I think that because my parents always told me that I couldn't do it, that made me want to do it even more. And
Yes.
yeah, way too old. Well, that's just me then. Anyway, that's it. Nico, please go ahead and enlighten us with your opinion
No,
about.
no, no.
Oh.
Wait, I had one more thing to add before we let Nico
Okay,
loose.
okay, okay, okay.
Okay, so what I wanted to add is also if we're talking at a more basic um thing, words are not bad. People give words meaning and give words feelings and emotion. So essentially, if we're talking about the essentials, I don't think bad words are bad. No.
Okay. Well, Nikolai,
amen.
go ahead.
Well, yeah. Brilliant addition, George, because that
Thank
is what
you.
I was gonna say.
Oh my
Words.
Great minds
gosh,
think alike.
we're on the same monkey wavelength today.
Yes.
Huh?
Hey, Jay.
Words are words, human people in the chat. If you're not human, get the fuck out of the chat. I don't want to see your face.
Yeah, we
I'm
don't want no
literally a
aliens in
raccoon.
chat.
We discriminate against robots. If you're a robot, get the fuck out. I don't
Literally a
wanna see you.
raccoon dumpster fire and a squid talking here, by the way.
You okay?
Yeah,
Spot?
but no more human.
Hyper spot? Hypers? No. Words are words grammatically. Fucker is a noun that you relate to someone who is indeed a fucker. It is just a lot of slurs are just adjectives that help you describe the scenario when you want to describe someone. It is that easy grammatically. However, as Joy says, history and society and culture has given words some meanings that are very, very, very negative and deter. I forgot the word. It's like yeah,
Fuck.
they
Yes.
put people down. Like they don't respect people for who they are, and that is obviously the bad thing about some words is that people give them meaning, or else words are just words. I don't mind cursing because as someone said in chat, I forgot who it was. I think it was Hippa. If you swear, you ultimately just have a larger vocabulary than people who don't swear. You have more ways of saying stuff, which means you are more intelligent. It's that easy. It's very that simple. If you slur, you are. That is why you see all those articles. Oh, if you're slurred, you are more intelligent. That is just a really weird way of saying you have a larger vocabulary if you swear, because you have more ways to explain and describe a scenario with all these adjectives that slurs give you. I can I can say, "Oh, can't you, you little rascal," or I can say, "You motherfucking piece of shit, you dumb whore, get out of my fucking game." That is the difference. What has more meaning? Tell me, Chad, what do you think of those two phrases made Kanchi feel like an absolute dipshit? Which of these things had
You
the
ding
higher
dong
meaning?
dongly dong ding ding dong
Yeah,
dong
you done
dongly doo
did
doo
it now,
head.
you little rascal. No one says that because it doesn't have any meaning, and Kanchi's not going to go crying to bed. But if I tell him the other thing, he's going to cry in bed. It's that
Look, he's
simple.
already crying. He's already crying, man.
That is the power of words. That is the adjectives and the nouns you want to put on people, because people associate and identify
you, Eva.
themselves with the words that you describe them as, because the ego of man is fragile. So when I call Kanji a fatty fucker, he goes to bed thinking, oh no, Chad, I'm a fatty fucker.
I love the fact that you assumed I would go to bed thinking, "Oh no, chat."
Derogatory, that is right. So toxicity leads to more intelligence. No, I'm just saying the the um, the opportunity to be toxic makes you more intelligent. That people, of course, I'm not saying that people who refuse to swear don't know the words. I'm not saying that not using the words is the same as not knowing them. So, of course, I also made fun of the article. Swearing doesn't make you more intelligent. That is a common misconception. I'm just saying if you are willing to use swears as adjectives and nouns to describe scenarios and people, you have a higher chance of seeming intelligent. I'm not saying if the only thing you ever contribute to a conversation is slurs that you have a large vocabulary. That's not what I'm saying. But try to think in the roads that I'm thinking.
Yeah.
In the ways, yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. What was the question? Are bad words bad? No, they're not. People are bad. I wanted to say the same as Joy. It's only people and culture and history and society that gives words these derogatory, now I learned that word, derogatory meaning. Or else words are not bad, they're just the words. Words can't hurt you, people. You hurt yourself by associating with the word.
And,
Fucker isn't a word that can hurt you, but if you associate yourself with a fucker, then it hurts you. That's the thing.
conclusion,
I
yeah,
mean,
Kanji's bad, you're
I
calling
don't
it.
think it's
God
as
damn it.
simple as that, but yeah, I think yes, words are words, but when 7 billion people associate a word with a bad word with a thing, it is logical that that bad word could affect you in a said way.
Okay.
But yes, essentially, bad words are words. Doesn't
Yeah.
fucking matter.
Scottish slang.
Swearing is to steam off and to show emotion in a sentence. That is usually how I use my my cousin. Yeah. So
Yeah, I
these are my
swear a lot
cursing.
when I'm angry.
Gabi, is there anything you would like to add to it?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I think I
Yeah,
spit.
nothing. Man,
What?
Shit.
Man down.
Nah, I ain't-
Ain't got nothing.
nah, I agreed with most of the things, like words are just words. But if most people, like, if a lot of people put meaning towards it, it would harmful.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. And then the the last topic that we have for for this podcast, which we might be able to do another one if we don't take too long with this next one.
Please don't let's take too long with this next one.
Yeah, it's cringe. It's honestly cringe. Can we just skip it? Can
Who
we just
wanted this?
quickly
Who
just say
wanted
our
this?
favorite topping and not discuss it and just get on?
Our favorite pizza toppings and just move on.
Hmm.
All right, chat. The next topic, and it's gonna be a quick one, is our favorite pizza toppings.
Cheese.
Joyce cheese, Nico
Wow.
Pepperoni.
pepperoni.
Like, okay, but imagine eating a pizza just with pepperoni.
Yeah.
Wait,
Bread
is
with
cheese
pepperoni.
like is cheese considered the base?
Yes.
No,
Of the
cheese,
pizza? 'Cause
cheese
it's
and
like
tomato. Cheese and
it's like tomato
are,
sauce and cheese. Is
Yes,
like
cheese and
the
tomato are of course on the
the
pizza.
base of a
or you
pizza,
cannot call
yes.
it
But
cheese,
if you
then it's-
add extra cheese, is that again the base or the topping?
okay, that
Okay, I
depends
didn't want
because
to
a
discuss
quattro.
this.
I
A
just
quattro
said we're
topping
gonna make this a
is
small
more
subject.
cheese.
I just said we're gonna make this a small subject, and here we
I'm not
go.
going to discuss cheese as an extra topping. It doesn't exist. It's cringe.
Okay, but there are pizzas with just cheese.
Is bread not the base? Yeah, okay, true. The
Just
bread
cheese,
can be
no
considered
tomato.
I mean,
the
yes,
base.
no.
Bread can be considered the base. However, I would assume that a pizza, at least every single pizza I've ever had in my life, have at least had cheese and tomato sauce on them with the bread. So I would assume that that is the base of a pizza. There's obviously exceptions to certain pizzas having only cheese, or certain pizza having no cheese, or a special kind of cheese for vegetarians. However, the average pizza a
Vegans.
person eats, sorry, vegans, thank you. The average pizza a person eats has the base of the bread with cheese and tomato sauce. And then my favorite topping to put on top of that is pepperoni also, yes.
Yes, because it's the most popular in the entire world, actually. It is the number one topping on pizzas is pepperoni.
I really like peppers, like Spanish
Oh.
peppers. That shit's
I want
delicious.
to put a fucking ghost of death on
I
your
would-
pizza.
I would eat a pizza with just Spanish peppers. I would be happy.
Okay,
I don't
cringe,
know what
but
I don't know what it's called, but I like with spinach and mozzarella.
Oh,
with
hog.
spinach.
Nom nom nom.
I think she's just woken up something in Nico.
And it,
With-
next man, my man's gonna say she like broccoli on his pizza.
There's actually pizzas here in the Netherlands that are the base, so like the dough is made from it's broccoli based.
Dutch people must be stopped.
And it's one of the yummiest pizzas I've ever eaten in my life. I'm not even gonna lie here.
No,
We
it's
just
fucking
talked about
disgusting.
words. Yummy as an adjective. Yummy as an adjective cannot be put and associated with broccoli pizza. It is not
Yum.
correct. I'm gonna get a
Yum.
fucking PhD in linguistics only to with my doctor fucking name go to fucking Holland. Sorry,
Doctor.
Netherlands. On my way there, I'm actually gonna change Netherlands to Holland with my doctorate. I'm gonna change Netherlands to Holland, and I'm gonna make it illegal to mention broccoli pizza and yummy at the same time. That is the power I hold in my hands.
You do
Check.
realize I am
Oh, I'm
also
not allowed
going
to
to
have
be a
spinach on my
doctor,
pizza.
right?
What?
What?
I am also going to finish being a doctor. When
It's
I'm
not,
done.
guys.
then there
It's
will
not
only be
called
one
a
thing
doctor.
between
It's
me.
called a doctorate. It doesn't make you a doctor.
No, Nico and I are
it
doctors.
gives you a
and-
PhD.
I'm a doctor. I don't care.
So am I allowed to
Yeah.
have spinach on my pizza or?
Yes, you
No.
are allowed to have spinach on your pizza. Guys.
Yes,
That'd
you
be
are allowed
It's
to
a
have
free
spinach.
country. It's not
But
Denmark.
Pineapple, though.
No.
It's a free
Pineapple?
country.
I don't mind it. I
Yeah.
might
No,
eat
I'm
it a
kidding.
lot, though.
I used to always get really mad at people that put pineapple on their pizza. Like I would like legit like get fucked up angry, but I
What is
haven't.
Kevin saying?
I think
But I
ju-
haven't had it in such a long time that I don't think I can even.
I think just like my sister says, pineapple on pizza, people mostly don't like it just so they're in that social group of like, haha, you're dumb, pizza, pineapple on pizza, you're dummy, bad. No, but it
matter.
actually tastes good. Like the sweetness in Hawaiian
Savory.
pizza is nice. It's very nice.
Yes, I am yet to taste it, but I trust you.
I think Nico is is gonna
I'm
have to
reading
take a
chat.
break from YGJ
Reading
after
chat.
this.
I'm writing names in my Death Note.
Hey, buddy.
Your entire country is farms and Legoland, Nico. Shut.
True, we have a safari park too.
Yeah, with no animals.
Okay, it's not funny. You need to stop talking. It's not funny.
Chat. Nico went to
Hey,
Google
true, there's a
Maps.
chat.
Nico
No
went to
animals.
Google Maps to show me his workplace, the safari park he worked at, and he took us through the entire park, and all the animals we saw were 4 horses. That's
Yeah, there were
everything
no
we
animals.
saw. There should have been lions and rhinos and giraffes, and all we saw were 4 horses.
Oh, that's not true. We saw one giraffe.
Okay,
as
we
well.
saw 1 giraffe, but
You
then
saw
and
the
then and then
monkey.
Nico went
Imitating a horse.
and then Nico went to the fucking to the monkey forest of the park, and he said, "And here's the monkey forest," and we were just silent for like a good 10 seconds, and we were like, "There's no monkeys in the trees."
Only one monkey behind the screen.
Guys, those pictures were taken like 40 years ago.
Yes,
It's
that is true.
2010.
God damn it, man.
It was very funny.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't that make it a stable? Yeah, Nico works at a stable.
I do not work at a stable, man.
A man works at a stable.
He works at a stable.
I
Yes.
do not earn 20 euros an hour working at a stable, okay?
Yeah, imagine flexing with 20 euros an hour, but then the government takes
They
half.
take 10.
Yeah, they take
Yeah.
10.
Oh, it's not funny, man. It's not funny.
It's kind of funny.
I will never
I'm
forget the
smiling,
day.
I'm recommend
I
every
will
day.
never forget the day Nico joined my call and voice chat and he said, "Can't you?" I said, "Yes, Nikolai." He said, "They took half."
Oh my god, dude. That's great.
Yes, thank you for
Tuition.
editing the squad command to Horseboy, Nico, Joy, Gabi, and Knaatje. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Nico has changed, chat. Nico's now Horseboy.
Nico's horse boy.
Tax
my God.
evasion.
I can't evade tax in Denmark. They find out that all the tax I pay they spend on preventing tax evasion.
Amen.
All right.
Security, all security, and we have no one guarding the queen. We spend all the money finding tax evaders.
Okay. Let's move on to the next subject and the last one. Then it should be a short one. I'm gonna take a look at the list.
Why should you play D&D?
Why should you play D&D? Is that an actual thing? I think you just make that up.
I made it on the spot.
Okay.
Because it's a good game.
Yeah, D&D is a good game. We can talk about D&D for a bit to close off the podcast.
Okay, first stereotypes. Nerd game.
Yes,
True.
It's true though.
it is a nerd
Exactly.
game.
If you
Yep.
play D&D,
It is a
you're
nerd game.
fucking cringe ass nerd. There's no exception. There's
Nico is a
cringe nerd.
I see. You need to get banned instantly. Okay.
Gabi is a gamer.
Fucking
Gabi
lazy
do be a
bitch.
gamer though.
I play Tetris. I didn't.
I mean, aren't we all nerds in what we are interested? Yeah, pretty much. I think that nerd would fit a description of everything, like a math nerd and stuff like that. I think that should also be a thing. That you will be interested in whatever you like to be, and you're a nerd in that specific thing.
Nerd is a word that describes those people.
Nerd is a word. Sorry.
Nerd is a word that describes those people in school that no one wants to hang around because they're just that awkward. and
Okay,
cringe.
Nico, I'm gonna prove you wrong. Hey Google,
There's a difference between
Google.
nerd and geek.
define nerd.
Oh, yeah, true.
Nerd is used as a noun as an informal term to mean a foolish or contemptible person who lacks social skills or is boringly studious.
Nico was actually right.
Oh, talking about Kantje.
Of course, I'm right.
Yes, thank you, Google.
Actually, then
Yeah,
I think
yes,
you'd
thank
be,
you, Google.
Then I think you're very fucking
Hey, Google.
charismatic if you
Shut
play
up.
D&D. Is that me on? Shut up.
No, Google.
Sorry.
D&D
I
makes you
don't understand.
geeky, not nerdy.
And charismatic.
When I think of a nerd, it's like, let me get a stereotype, like someone who is on the mathletes and like
Mhm.
studies their whole
Those
life.
guys that do the fucking spelling bees.
Exactly. Aerodactylitis.
Aerodactylitis. That's a nerd. That is a full-fledged nerd. No one in his life has ever liked him, and that means that he needs to put out his superiority in spelling bees. That is the full definition of nerd. Like you can't. I can without an education or being a psychologist, I can 100% tell you that the guy in that meme is a nerd by definition.
Amen.
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 Amen, brother.
All right, and with that, I think that is the end.
How long was our break? Because we have to take
Maybe
that up.
nerd
to
is
Oh
2
yeah,
hours.
true. You're so right. It was like 3 to 4 minutes.
You can't.
So we still have another like 5 minutes to go.
Yes.
Okay, we have 5 minutes still. Chat. Chat.
Oh, can
is
we all
there?
agree that my plot armor is too big?
Yes, Gabi's plot armor in D&D is actually
Gabi's plot
insane.
armor is kind of, not gonna lie, kind of cringe.
Yeah. Chat, is there anything you want to ask us? Any questions directed towards either the guest star, Gabi, or the host of the podcast that you always wanted to find out about us, but you never had the chance of asking? Please don't.
Or, Nico and I.
Yeah, that's the hosts of the podcast.
Oh, I thought
plural.
you said host.
No,
I
no,
was
no,
like,
no, no,
I.
no, no.
I do have a question. Okay, I see. Is it how am I a specimen? Yes. I'm
You
too
just-
smart.
You just
I'm
read
too
his
smart.
mind like a map, dude. You just read his
Dude,
mind like a
I
map.
see. Go
Very
sit in the
nice.
corner, man. You've
I'm
just
light
been
years ahead of
benched.
you. I'm light years ahead of you.
Light years ahead of me.
Those are my Crocs.
Why am I such a specimen? I don't know. I was born a little too late, actually, I think. Then I went to a kindergarten when I didn't really have any friends because I was fucking cringe. I don't know. Then I went to school and I was actually pretty cool. I was popular. I met a lot of friends, and I was at top of the class in Catholic private school, so I did really well. Then I went to high school, and I had a lot of friends and had a lot of fun as well. And puberty hit me really fucking hard, so that was really nice. And now I'm here playing computer games every day. So I don't know. You determine why I'm a specimen.
And you're an incel.
I'm an incel now. That's true.
Can I make my thingy home, my Google define
what?
incel?
You can try.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hey Google,
Smart
define incel.
It means invulnerability celibate, which means I do not engage in sexual activities.
Members of an online subculture who define themselves
Damn, guess I'm an incel
find a
too.
romantic or sexual partner despite desiring one.
Despite desiring one.
Yes, which means I'm not an incel because I
Yeah.
don't
Sorry,
want one.
I didn't understand.
I'm
But
sorry, I didn't understand.
Incel sounds negative though.
Incel is negative because in the society we have now, like the culture, it is most well looked upon that you are sexually active and you have partners, and if you invulnerable, like if you're not voluntary engaging in that, like you can't get it, that means something must be wrong with you. That's the entire idea about it. So an incel is a person that society or culture doesn't like. We don't like those people.
But we like you, Nico. What does this mean?
Well, I'm just not an incel. Okay, I might be very soon. We've the moment we will find out if I am an incel is when I actually ask a girl out and they say no. That's the point I become an incel. Right now, I'm not an incel yet.
No, depressed arc. No.
Yeah, depressed arc.
Depression arc, yeah.
So far, it's by own choice. At the moment where I'm 24 and 11 months and I need to find a wife in a singular month,
You
and I
need
don't
more
receive
time.
anything,
Yeah.
and I don't find someone, you can call me an insult. That's at the point.
Remember,
Sweet,
chat.
man.
Nico, at the age of 25, if Nico doesn't have a wife yet, he's going to be thrown. He's going to have cinnamon thrown over him by his family and friends because he doesn't have a wife. It's a ceremony in Denmark, and Nico says that he won't have to deal with that. However, he thinks that he can find someone and marry them within 5 years from now. Hey, Potter,
Okay.
thank you so much for the follow, man. I really appreciate that. 4
Okay.
followers
Oh my
away.
god, we're almost there.
4 followers away from 500, boys.
Isn't
Oh my
cinnamon
gosh.
expensive, though? Yeah,
Isn't cinnamon expensive though?
it is, but it's a worth sacrifice for my incel life.
Why
It's
throw
the
it on
it's the
Nico?
last respect they give me before I go to the grave permanently.
This man thinks that he's gonna die before he's 30. I swear to fucking God.
I mean, the cinnamon might not hurt, but it hurts psychologically. I take at least 1 million psychological damage. Like, it's public humiliation at its best. Like, I'm gonna fucking die if I don't find a wife in 5 years. But
Oh,
can't you
man.
bend for Nico? That is the question.
Yes, sir.
Would I bend for Nico? Fuck
Yeah,
no, I
would you?
wouldn't. We're not married, Lizard. Nico and I are not in a relationship. God fucking damn it.
Yet.
No.
How can you say that?
No.
How can you say that in front of
Sorry,
chat,
sorry.
man? Your entire career is on the line here, and you're actually risking it all.
Cancel kind.
With Nico, bend for
Nikolai,
Angie, I don't
Nikolai
know.
and
I see myself as a top kind of, so I don't know.
See myself as
I don't
no.
think I would bend for anyone, kind of.
I don't like this anymore.
I like it.
No, I
Yeah.
don't.
Me too.
Kinky as
I
fuck.
like it very much.
I like where you're going.
Nico, you fucking coomer.
No man.
Yes,
Coomer is
when the Coomer is so strong that it doesn't matter between fucking sexuality or gender, I coom on everything.
Oh.
I have the
Oh
kids, I
no,
coom
oh
on-
no.
I have the kids, I coom on everything.
No.
Well, chat, you know what to do.
Didn't we end it like 5 minutes ago? Maybe we should do that.
No, we're gonna end it now because the time is up. All right, Gabi, thank you so much for coming out today as the first guest host of the podcast officially. I and Joy and Nico probably also
Sorry, Ruby.
really
Yes,
do. Yeah.
finally
Yeah,
shit
sorry,
bucket. Finally
Ruby.
shit bucket.
We
Yes,
appreciate it a lot, Gabi, for your participation today. It was a lot of fun, and Yeah, I'm
Mm,
having.
yeah.
I'm looking forward to having you again sometime in the near future.
Thanks for
Uh,
having me.
always, Joy, Nico, say your last words as the co-hosts to chat. As I'm
Spam
Your
about
shit
last
to.
bucket,
words.
spam shit bucket, spam shit bucket, and spam hyper copy too.
Joy,
I don't have the thing.
What?
do we have any last words for chat?
Before you die,
Yes,
I
die.
want to say that I am grateful to all of you. And I hope to see you again next week. I love you guys, and yeah, stay happy.
Do we
Keep
play League
smiling.
now?
All right,
Yes.
I'm going to go deafen. All right then, chat. That was it. 2 hours and 4 minutes later, we are at the end of the official first 2 episodes of Trash Talks. I want to thank, first of all, Joy for making the logo of Trash Talks, for helping me with the layout of the current stream you're seeing, and helping me just live overall. I really do appreciate. I appreciate all of you guys for coming out here. Of course, we will be back again next week on the Tuesday, or maybe in 2 weeks. It depends on what we what our plan is for how much podcast we want to record and how little time. Um, Next week on Tuesday, I'll be sure that this podcast, and with this podcast I mean episode 1, will be uploaded to the YouTube channel. The week after that, podcast 2, and we move on up until either we stop or we die. Okay, that's it for me. As always, I am incredibly grateful for having all of you all. This being the complete end of the podcast, I'm going to turn into a streamer for a second again, and we are going to find someone to raid, and I'm going to raid Swimmer. We're going to raid Swimmer. Have I raided him before? Probably, but I want to rate him again because he's playing Osu, and Swimmer's just a great guy. He deserves you guys' attention. He deserves you guys' follows as well. Swimmer is a ex-Overwatch League player and current life enjoyer. Playing Osu at the moment, having playing a lot of Among Us and League of Legends recently. So when you're there, give him a hello from me. Tell him that use the emotes if you have them to make it my presence clear, because I just love seeing you guys use them. I'm sorry, I just love seeing that. Hiba, special thanks for you as a streamer part for coming out of today and being here for so long. I really do appreciate it. It made me a bit nostalgic. I appreciate it. I hope to see you again in the future. Chat, I'm gonna head off now because you're making beats. W, dude. Let's see. Is there anything else I need to tell you guys? Tomorrow I will be live at probably the evening, streaming a game. Could be League of Legends. Could be anything. No, we're actually only 4 followers away. So I do not like to self-advertise, but if you know anyone that isn't followed yet, help me out here. We're almost there. And yeah, we're gonna. Yes, I do play League of Legends now, Hiba. All right, guys, I need to finish this off. Breath of the Wild, please. I will come back to that game so far. I swear to God, I will come back to it. I promise you. That's it. Bye bye, guys. Love you all. Be nice to Swimmer. Yeah. Yeets.
Overwatch is just